the news tonight, Nigeria's Vice President Kashim Shettima holds bilateral meetings with Namibian President Gates Foundation. A Foreign Affairs Minister underscores the strategic importance of renewed U.S.-Nigeria cooperation. Correspondent examines the gains of democratically elected chairman in Kwara State in the last 1 year. Plus, updates from the world of entertainment and sport. This is News Tonight on the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA Ilorin. Good evening and welcome. I'm Usman Alayode. Vice President Kashim Shettima has played host to the President of Namibia, Nandi Datsbia, on the sidelines of the United Nations General Assembly, where both leaders engaged in bilateral talks, where the Namibian leader announced her planned official visit to Nigeria. The Vice President in a high-level session also met with a delegation from the Gates Foundation, led by the CEO, Mark Suzman. State House correspondent Abdurrahman Jibrila reports.
The Namibian leader, who assumed office March 21, 2025, commended Nigeria's diplomats for their invaluable contributions to her government and country. Acknowledging Nigeria's leadership role among Africa member states, she found it appropriate to leverage on the ongoing opportunity to meet with Vice President Kashim Shettima to establish more mutual ties. Vice President Kashim Shettima reaffirmed Nigeria's commitment to deepening bilateral relations with Namibia, saying Nigeria-Namibia relationship should be taken to the next level. In a separate high-level session, Vice President Kashim Shettima met with a delegation from the Gates Foundation, appreciating the foundation for its support in healthcare, agriculture, and financial inclusion, while calling for expanded investment in Nigeria.
Now we have called the Rubicon. We are on an upward trajectory. For last quarter, the economy grew by 4.3%. We are expecting that in the next 2 years we will hit 7%. We have no option than to grow. And now our foreign reserves has hit $42 billion. It's still little for a nation of Nigeria's stature, but it's still better than why we made it. There's a lot of agitation within the nation because of the fallouts of our economic policy. But it's a maturation process. It's a price that we all have to pay for the nation to be stabilized.
We have some specific aspirations to really scale up the Telemase domestic seed production in Nigeria and ultimately have it wholly domestically produced at a much lower cost. And then also wanted to make sure we touched on some of our broader work supporting your investments in human capital, that's both in education and in health more broadly. As you've heard from Mr. Gates, and I know you yourself have been helping drive a human capital development strategy. We think those are the most essential investments in the citizens of Nigeria.
What I wanted to now put to the table, to the Gates Foundation, is
Nigeria's Minister of Education appealed for greater Gates Foundation support in education, especially in the areas of technology and artificial intelligence. The Gates Foundation has signed a new grant with the Central Bank of Nigeria to support related initiatives, saying Nigeria is one of the foundation's strongest partners on the African continent. From New York, Abdurrahman Jibrila, NTA News.
Meanwhile, the federal government of Nigeria has signed a landmark memorandum of understanding with Dalil United Arab Emirates UAE to deploy advanced cargo information ACI system across the Nigerian airports. This agreement aims to reposition Nigeria as a leading aviation and logistics hub in Africa. The signing the document on behalf of the federal government, the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo, says the system will strengthen aviation security, streamline cargo processing, facilitate international trade, and boost Nigeria's position as a regional logistics hub. He further stated that implementation will begin with feasibility studies in October 2025, followed by a nationwide rollout in the third quarter of 2026. Meanwhile, the minister emphasized that the partnership also seeks to build resilience, efficiency, and competitiveness in Nigeria's aviation sector, leveraging cutting-edge innovation to drive trade facilitation and revenue growth. Bilateral trade between Saudi Arabia and Nigeria has now surpassed $600 million, highlighting the deepening economic ties between the two nations. This was stated during the 95th National Day celebration of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, held at the Grand Diplomatic Reception at the Royal Embassy in Abuja. Suleiman Abdul Wahab reports.
A convergence of public figures, including Nigerian officials, foreign ambassadors, and business leaders. The aim to commemorate the National Day of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
The relations between Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and the Federal Republic of Nigeria have witnessed remarkable growth in various fields, including trade, education, combating drugs, trafficking, and energy. Our bilateral trade has exceeded $600 million.
We witnessed two remarkable acts of compassion and partnership that have touched the hearts of millions of Nigerians. First, the successful separation of surgery of our conjoined twins, Hassana and Husseina from Kano State, carried out at the King Abdulaziz Specialist Children's Hospital. Secondly, Nigeria expresses deep appreciation to the government of Saudi Arabia for its collaboration in securing the release of 3 of our citizens, 2 women and 1 man, who were unjustly detained in Jeddah over allegations of drug trafficking.
The Chargé d'Affaires, Saad Fahad Al-Mari, commemorated the day as a celebration of Saudi unification and highlighted the ongoing reforms under Vision 2030.
Nigeria is a developing country. We need to have a close relationship with places like Saudi Arabia. God has given them all sorts of things they require in this world, so our partnership with them is very important.
For us, a framework for cooperation in customs matters, cooperations particularly in the areas of data exchange and data analytics, because we've seen that Saudi Arabian customs has really advanced in the use of data analysis in making intelligence.
The gathering gives us the opportunity to strengthen our relationship and bond with the kingdom, and also to show brotherliness and camaraderie with them.
Nigerian officials praised Saudi Arabia's support in health initiatives and customs reforms, with the Foreign Ministry highlighting joint medical programs. The 95th Anniversary Day celebration in Abuja marks a significant milestone, reinforcing the strong and growing ties between the two countries. In Abuja, Suleiman Tabu Abdul Wahab, NTA News.
And moving on, Nigeria's Minister of Foreign Affairs, Yusuf Tugar, has underscored the strategic importance of renewed U.S.-Nigeria cooperation, calling for stronger investment ties during a high-level roundtable convened by the Business Council for International Understanding, BCIU. A statement by the minister's aide says the meeting, which brought together Vice President Kashim Shettima and top executives of leading U.S. companies, focused on investment opportunities in Nigeria's private sectors, including energy, agriculture, technology, and finance. Tugar urged Washington to prioritize partnerships with anchor states in Africa, such as Nigeria, where population, abundant resources, and continental scale make Nigeria a natural destination for U.S. businesses, partnerships, and collaboration. And such a collaboration would drive down costs, allow access to a vast talent pool, and help integrate millions of informal businesses into the formal economy, he stated. And to the nation's capital, the roles of the volunteerism arm of the Federal Road Safety Corps Special Marshal cannot be undermined in sanitizing the roads and ensuring safety on the highways. Hence, the need for support and collaboration becomes imperative. Corps Marshal Federal Road Safety Corps Shehu Mohammed mentioned this at the 16th Special Marshal National Summit in Abuja. Oyeyemi Hajayi has details.
The Special Marshal is an integral part of the Federal Road Safety Corps, with roles like that of the regular marshals, but their volunteerism extols their virtues, as they are men and women from different walks of life with proven integrity. This 16th National Summit was, however, another time for them to chart a better course of operation, with some inputs to enhance safety on the roads.
Input of Special Marshal research and analysis have also translated into informed policy decisions related to safer road and fuller lives.
Noting that drivers need to undergo drug tests even before they apply their licenses.
Volunteerism is the evidence that government cannot do it all by itself. We must collaborate with the government.
As they say, road safety is everyone's business. Experts and stakeholders charged that more is surely expected of the special marshals, especially the 4 honorary special marshals decorated, while charging them not to relent in their sacrificial activities they render to make sure the roads are safe. Oyeyemi Ajayi, NTA News.
The swearing-in of a democratically elected chairman for the 16 local government councils in Kwara State September last year came with high hopes and expectations of good governance at the grassroots. Ahmad Fulani takes a look at how democratic governance has fared in the third tier of government in the last 1 year.
People of Kwara State in September last year went to the poll to elect chairmen and councillors to run the affairs of all the local government councils. With the return of real democratic governance in the state, the expectation was that dividends of democracy would be felt at the grassroots. 1 year down the lane, political actors and analysts agreed that things have changed, though differed on the scale and pattern of improvement.
Since the inauguration of the 16 local government chairmen and the 193 councillors across the different wards in the state, we've had some progress on their part, but there's still a lot that needs to be done.
We have engaged more teachers, to go into the rural areas. And the area of health, we have done so much too as well. Before I came on board, the local government has 76 health facilities. Out of these 76, 1/3 of it is the one that is functioning. So, but today we have been able to reactivate almost all.
I cannot fault the system now because it's like we are regaining the energy back. So let us now see, maybe in few days or in few years to come, maybe probably by next year, they can do more beyond. It's like they are just, let me call it on the job training.
While allowing people to choose who to govern them at the local level was considered as a plus to democracy, the question of financial autonomy for local councils still lingers.
Presently, we may be talking about financial autonomy, but financial autonomy cannot work without administrative autonomy. Because if you see you are giving so much money to somebody, for example, but you are still to tell the person how to spend the money, then you have financial autonomy without having administrative autonomy.
Ever since the local government return, according to the Supreme Court, we only see it in paper, but in practice, I still believe that local governments do not have that autonomy as expected.
The only thing that is not there is that our money is not being paid directly into our account, but it's being paid into a joint account by the local government, which is being superintended by all 16 local government chairmen, vice chairmen, and treasurer in the JAC. So where we decide what is happening. Since about 1 year that I've been there, I've never seen any interference from the part of the governor.
Maybe what the federal government can do is to mandate all the local government chairmen in each state to report in their state capital and open specialized accounts with the CBN in their states. That way, FAC allocations can be going directly into local government accounts and not the joint state and local government account that is operational as we speak.
In the opinion of the respondent, external political influence kills local government administration and must not be allowed to stand in the interest of the people.
And on business news, economic analyst says the recent 0.5% reduction in the lending interest rates by the Monetary Policy Committee, MPC, of the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, is unlikely to have an immediate impact on the country's microeconomy or the daily lives of Nigerian consumers. Mutiat Olushola reports that experts are urging the government to prioritize other economic policies that would offer more direct and immediate relief to the average Nigerian.
As the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, adjusts the benchmark interest rate to 27.00%, down from 27.5%, economic experts argue that this marginal reduction is unlikely to significantly influence the microeconomic landscape or enhance the purchasing power of everyday Nigerians. They emphasized the need for the Nigerian government to develop and implement broader economic policies aimed at strengthening the microeconomy with a focus on boosting household income and improving the welfare of citizens. Against this backdrop, the analysts caution that the 0.5% interest rate cut may not be reflected in lending practices by commercial banks, limiting its impact on micro and small-scale enterprises, which are often excluded from benefits that favor larger investors.
The interest rate that they said has reduced to 27%. Are you sure? Because there is already, a lot of people have been excluded from the banking sector because the banks themselves never help matters.
Since interest is the price for loanable funds, and therefore there will be more spendings, both on the side of the investors and consumers. Investors can invest more, consumers can buy more, and the economy is stimulated, and that way it enhances economic growth. But then, practically speaking, I want to believe at the moment the inflation rate is already very high, even though, well, it is relatively stable these days.
Experts are also calling for the establishment of incubation programs and support systems that encourage entrepreneurship and local production rather than solely focusing on creating employment. According to them, this shift will help build a productive economy and stimulate sustainable growth.
Common Nigerians have alternative platform for borrowing. The cooperatives are there. The rotational savings system are there within the informal and semi-formal sector. So who will go to the bank and said he wants to get money at 27%?
A 0.5 interest decline would not necessarily drive much sensitivity among consumers. And so I do not see that stimulating much activity, economic activity, in the context of spendings.
The 27.00% interest rate benchmark was announced by the Monetary Policy Committee of the CBN following 3 consecutive pauses in rate changes, a move analysts interpret as part of a broader strategy to revive economic activity and stabilize the financial environment. Mutiat Olushola, NTA News.
And on the entertainment scene, Nigerian music superstar Davido has become a voting member of Grammy's Recording Academy for the next Grammy Award. Titilayomi Oyetunde has details of this and more from the world of entertainment.
According to the organizers of 2026 Grammy Award, David is the latest member of the Recording Academy ahead of the 2026 Grammy. The superstar, who took to his social media handles to celebrate the latest appointment, described his admission into the Recording Academy as a game changer. He said he's honored to join the prestigious Recording Academy and look forward to voting. In another story, Afrobeat singer Tiwa Tope will headline the next edition of the Trace Live concert series on at the Terrell Culture Arena, Victoria Island, Lagos. This was disclosed in a statement by organizers of the event, Trace Niger. According to the statement, Trace Live has become one of Nigeria's leading live music platforms, having previously hosted artists such as Wandeko, The Bench, Mayokon, Chike, and Fireboy. Recent editions have also featured Ruga and Johnny Drill. Tiwa Savage, known for 8 songs including All Over, Lover Lover, and Koroba, has performed on major international stages in concerts and as such qualified to handle the event.
And now sports. Nigeria's top-ranked table tennis player Haruna Quadri has maintained his position as the country's leading star in the latest International Table Tennis Federation World Ranking released on Tuesday. Kabir Shagaya report is here presented.
Haruna remained 27th in the global men's standings with 1,185 points, keeping him firmly ahead of his African rivals. The 36-year-old is still the continent's #1, ahead of Egyptian trio of Omar Assar, Joseph Abdelaziz in 50th on 550 points, and Mohamed Hebeali in 97th with 269 points. Benin's Abdelkader Salifu completes Africa's top 5. In long jump, long jumper Eze Brume has revealed that she didn't receive $30,000 in support from the National Sports Commission after she was involved in an accident last year, as claimed by a popular Nigerian sport. Brume survived a ghastly accident which almost claimed her life in the US last year, but it ultimately truncated her season. It was said that her vehicle nearly plunged off a bridge and she sustained serious injuries and trauma from the crash. The 29-year-old Brume started representing Nigeria at the junior level and won about 20 medals at major competitions between 2015 and 2025.
And up next is the weather forecast for tomorrow. And that's all we can take on the NTA Ilorin News tonight. Many thanks for being a part of it. Good evening.
For more news and programs, you can visit our website at www.ntailorin.com.ng. Download the NTA Ilorin app from Google Play Store on your Android devices. You can also watch our news on NTA Ilorin YouTube channel.